welcome you to our coverage of Urbana Tigers football on the Tigers Media Network. Tonight, the Tigers take on defending state champion Peoria Central High School. Hello, everybody. I'm Joey Wright, joined by Miller Calhoun. Miller, there's a lot to go over. Not a ton of time to go over. In Peoria, obviously, has had our number these past few years, but the Tigers come off of a big game last week defensively. Offensively, we've got to get things going. How do you see it playing out tonight?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. And if the Tigers put points on the board, they got a good chance. I mean, Peoria's defense has struggled. They've given up 70 and 70 points each week. So I think we can have a shot if we can stop them on defense.
Definitely.
Like last week.
I think the way our defense played last week against Central held them to 20 points. It's going to be interesting to see how they play as the national anthem begins in the background. Well, Miller, the national anthem kind of snuck up on us there. But as I was saying, prior to the anthem, the Tigers' defense held Centennial last week to just 20 points, but Peoria is going to put up points tonight. Our defense is not going to hold them to 20 points. So our offense really has to step it up. Scored 8 points in week 1 against Normal Community, 6 points last week against Centennial. What helps is we've got Chico Lipscomb back. It's his debut for the season tonight. He's had a hamstring injury out, it's forced him out for the past 2 weeks, but our offense has got to move tonight if we're going to win this game.
Yeah, Chico's a big-time athlete, and he's going to be a huge part of the success because he can make, if he gets the ball in the open field, no one's really going to stop him because he's got the agility and he's got great talent to get up the field. He's got good speed, track-level speed, So if he can get in space and find space.
Definitely comparable to Jamin Carter, whom we saw last season. It'll be interesting to see how Chico performs his first game of the season tonight. Peoria has just made their way onto the field. They were in the locker room for the national anthem, as On Urbana is performed with the Tiger Marching Band in the background. What's notable about that is that tonight is the one time this season where the 8th graders from Urbana Middle School join in on the fun with the Tiger Marching Band. It's TMB to B night. We've only got 4 home games this year for football. Our next one's homecoming, and the next one after that is senior night. So it's
short season this year.
Yeah, very short. Well, the season's not any shorter than any. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, definitely wish we had more than 4 home games. It is.
Yeah, out of 9, that's 4 or 5.
Have to road trip over to Danville next week, I believe, is where we're at.
Ooh, it's gonna be a tough game. Danville's got it going this year. They're ranked number 1 in the News Gazette area, top 10.
But before we can get to Danville, we've got to focus on this game tonight. Urbana will kick it off to the Lions to start things off. Dalen Crawford-Lasdens to kick for the Tigers. Karan Hess will be a player to watch for Peoria, committed to the University of Illinois. We're glad you're along for the ride with us tonight.
Karan Taylor.
Karan Taylor, my apologies.
And got to keep in mind that Peoria Central or Peoria High School they are the defending state champions. So this is going to be if we do keep this a good game and maybe go out and win it, it'd be a huge win for the program.
That they are, but they're 0-2, as are our Tigers. So
they're obviously not unbeatable.
No. That they aren't. Both teams are hungry, trying to get their first win of the season. It's week 3 in the IHSA. We're glad you're with us. Dalen to kick it off, and we're underway. It'll be fielded by Gino Hess. Check that. Goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That'll be a flag.
Unfortunate right there. That was a good kickoff. It just went right out of bounds at the 1. That's one of those tough ones right there.
Almost a touchback, and instead we'll go up several yards. I believe they'll spot it at, actually they're staying back at the 25, so not a bad start for the Tigers. Crowd still filing into McKinley Field tonight. It's blackout, the theme for the Paw Pack, as Karan Taylor under center with Gino Hess in the backfield. First play from scrimmage tonight. And it's a handoff to Hess. Gino Hess is going to gain about 6 yards.
That's going to be Peoria's focus all night, is that running attack. Karan Taylor is a very dynamic quarterback. He's a dual threat. He's got the arm and he's got the legs. So they'll look to play that option game. He kind of, I'm not going to say he reminds me of this person. Not in talent, but in stature and the way he plays is kind of reminds me of Cam Newton. And he's got the number 1 working too.
Yeah, definitely. And that style of play, Miller. I mean, he's a Division I athlete for sure. You know, that's what's all the rage these days. So it'll be interesting to see how we can stop him. The ball was originally spotted at the 35, so here's a keeper for Taylor, and Karan Taylor will pick up the first down, brought out of bounds at about midfield.
Mike Maboyo just got stiff-armed right there. That was some stiff arm. He got a face of Karan Taylor's arm. That was a stiff arm right there. That's a D1 stiff arm right there.
That's why he's committed to the University of Illinois.
Yes, he is.
1st and 10, the ball is on the 50-yard line, and it's a snap. Here's Taylor dropping back to pass. The pass was incomplete, but a flag is down.
False start on the offense, I believe.
And we'll see what the flag is. The Tigers' defense was almost in position to pick that one off. Urbana sideline warned. Coach Walker and Coach Andre there chatting with an official. Still 2nd down and 10, and here's Hess. And Gino Hess gets to the 46-yard line.
Tigers' defense is going to be crucial tonight, stopping the run. But they can't load the box like they normally do because Karan Taylor has an arm. He's a D1 quarterback, so you can't stack the box, otherwise he'll burn you deep.
Yeah, we've definitely got to have our corners in check tonight. Fake pitch, under pressure is Taylor. He's going to roll to his left, and he's going to go down the field, finds his man, it's dropped. It was originally caught by Kyrese Jones, number 9, dropped in the end zone. It'll be 3rd and 6.
That was a nice play right there. Nice play design, nice throw, nice turn by the receiver. Just couldn't haul it in when he hit the ground.
A flag is down near the 40-yard line nearest the Peoria bench. It would be 4th down and 7, as opposed to 3rd down and 7, as I originally stated, but we'll see what the penalty flag is.
Huge break for the Tigers, though. Huge break right there.
Yeah, definitely. And a play like that, Miller, can give Urbana some momentum. This penalty is going to go against the Lions, so they're going to back way up. So it's on the 43. But, Miller, what that tells the Urbana defense. Miller, what that tells the Urbana defense is that this Peoria team, they're not going to make every play. So we'll see. It's 3rd down and 17 from Peoria's own 43-yard line, and it's a pitch out to Gino Hess, who has a wide open field in front of him. He's going to get the first down. He's going to get a lot more than the first down. Gino Hess reversing fields. He is going to get to the 10-yard line before he's brought down. A big play for the Lions. Dalen Crawford Lasden's Urbana's kicker on the stop. It's 1st down and goal. Peoria, just like that, is inside the 10-yard line.
Huge play right there by Gino Hess, and I've heard some rumblings about him as well, being a very good athlete.
Flag thrown on the right side. It is thrown to the end zone and dropped. intended for Chris Williams. We'll see what the flag is. As the cheerleaders cheer, my early inclination would be to say that this is going to go against the Lions. We'll see. Neither side has budged yet. An official speaking with Jake Luffman there. And Peoria is going to back it up. Miller, not very disciplined football from the Lions early on. Head coach Tim Thornton must not be pleased.
Can't imagine so. They've had a couple of penalties so far. But, you know, this is a different team than the state champion team last year. They lost some key pieces. So it's a little bit of, and
keeper for Taylor. Taylor to the end zone, touchdown Lions.
Yeah, they're going to have to fix that because they can't be arm tackling Karan Taylor. He's a big dude. They're not going to get him down with those weak arm tackles. They're going to have to hit him from the bottom up.
Yeah, you definitely can't play football for the University of Illinois if you're not big.
Well, shouldn't be playing college football
in
anywhere.
General, yeah, definitely.
But especially Big Ten, you know.
Peoria's going to go for two. It's snapped. Rolling to the right is Taylor. Karan Taylor finds his man, Kavion Mack, in the back of the end zone, and the Lions go up 8-0. 10:15 left on the clock. Peoria up 8-0. So, Miller, I think we assumed that the Lions would go down and score their first possession. Urbana almost made a few plays on defense there, and in fact did make a few plays on defense, but this Lions offense is so talented. It's not a surprise that they're up 8-0 this early. What is going to be interesting to watch is our offense now. Tigers' offense needs to step it up. They haven't done that so far this season. I'm
interested to see how they play. I know Coach Walker's had a week to maybe work on some stuff, maybe put some new stuff in, change the game plan, to get them ready for this. I mean, I know he's working as hard as ever to try and get these guys to be able to put them in the right position to score some points. And so I'm just excited to see it, and especially against this Peoria defense that's given up 70 points the last 2 weeks, and it should be an interesting matchup.
Peoria's last two games, week 1 was against Normal West, week 2 against Richwoods. Normal West was at their place, and Richwoods was on the road, a crosstown rivalry game over in Peoria. They're set to kick it off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see if Peoria gave up that many points because they faced great offenses, or if it was maybe their defense isn't so good, or a combination of both. If you put up 70 points in a game, your offense is pretty good.
Yeah.
You got to figure, but. And on the flip side, I guess, you got to say Peoria's defense has probably been working on a few things this past week.
True, very true.
We'll see. 10 minutes and 15 seconds left. Pooched high in the air. And a fair catch called for by Mike Maboyo. So, out trots the Tiger offense. Let's see who we started quarterback. It's either going to be Christian Phillips or Jake Meeker.
I would assume Christian Phillips.
I would assume so as well. We'll see.
Interesting to see. Chico will not be out there for the first play. He's still on the sideline.
I would say Chico's probably not going to get a chance to return any kicks tonight.
Yeah. Chico is listed as one of the 3 quarterbacks, so could see him in some
maybe Wildcat stuff, or who knows. Tigers will start their first drive of the game at the 32-yard line for it's their own 32-yard line, so we'll see. Christian Phillips is under center and a flag. This is going to be a delay of game. Not a great play to kick things off there, Miller. An early penalty, it's 1st and 15. The Tigers struggled with this quite a bit last week against Centennial, where they would just commit too many unforced errors and they'd find themselves way, way back. And stuffed is...
I have no idea what just happened there.
Lavoie was a handoff to Lavoie Young, and this Peoria Central front 4 was on him. Tyler Walker on the tackle, so.
Yeah, this defense definitely has size for Peoria.
Yeah, that they do, especially that linebacking core. They are
they got
massive. It's Phillips with man in motion here. Christian needs to use his mobility as to his advantage here tonight. Tigers still trying to figure things out. We're under 5 seconds on the play clock, and it's a pass, and slipping and falling was his intended receiver. Jerome Powell, I think, was the maybe intended target. It could have been Johnny.
I believe it was Johnny, and he slipped, and then looked like it was going to go to. But Jerome wasn't ready for it.
No.
So
9:31 left on the clock. First quarter, 3rd down and 16 from the 26-yard line. It's a handoff here. Over the right side. Fumble. The ball is going to get out at the 30, so a gain of 4. It's still going to set up. Still going to set up a 4th and long. Amari Broughton, the running back there.
And not a great start for the Tigers. A delay of game penalty to get it started, and then a busted up run play, and that sets you back. I mean, for the Tigers to be successful on offense, they can't be in more than on 3rd down. They can't really be more than 3rd and 7, and they can't have plus penalties. They can't have too many penalties because that'll set them back even more. And then they can't turn the ball over.
Definitely not. A good punt from Jeremy Rumsey. We saw this.
Oh, geez.
Easy there. Getting a little chippy there. No flag.
That was
Number
32.
Dominic Duncan Jr. for us that got a little
chippy
chippy
right there.
The Lion player. No penalty, though. And as I was saying, some good punts from Jeremy 2 weeks ago in our game that we covered against Normal Community, and some great punts against Centennial last week. He's a pretty talented punter back there when we need him.
Mm-hmm.
Second drive for the Lions. And it's a keeper for Taylor. Urbana bought the run, and it is a run, but it's Taylor. And he'll get down at about the 39, rather the 41, excuse me, so it'll be first down either way.
And the Peoria film coordinator reiterating the fact that Karan Taylor is going to the University of Illinois next year.
When you've got a Division I athlete, I think you're going to show him off.
Yeah.
Here's Taylor. And Taylor's passes haven't been well, I guess his passes have been pretty good, but his receivers haven't been able to hold on to the ball. It's dropped. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That throw didn't look D1 quality to me. That was way to the left. On those bubble screens, can't have the receiver trying to dive for it.
Well, so I was going to say that his throws hadn't been on point,
I mean,
but then I remembered that throw to the end zone, and I was like, well, I'll be nice.
There we go. There's a better one.
Little bubble screen and a nice pass for what the play was. Gains about half the yards needed for a first down. It's 3rd, what will be about 5.
Yeah, the film coordinator over there is really, really excited about Karan Taylor.
He is a Karan Taylor fan,
to say the least.
3rd down and 5, and it's Taylor dropping back, looks for his options down the field, and it's broken up. A nice play by Mike Maboyo. Just like that, Urbana has a 4th down and 5 situation that they've forced.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Mike Maboyo. Good throw, though, by Karan Taylor. That was a tremendous throw, but good D by Mike Maboyo. Broke it up.
Yep. Peoria in no man's land here. A little too long for a field goal, too short for a punt. They will go for it on 4th down.
Ooh,
Urbana jumped.
And it's going to be a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, and the Peoria film coordinator over there found that to be just hilarious.
He's
That will give Peoria the first.
He must be watching a different game than we are.
It'll get him really close. It's 4th down and inches.
Ooh.
They haven't moved the chains, so it's 4th down and a lace.
Yeah.
This would be a huge stop for the Tigers. It's a keeper for, well, no, it's a handoff to Hess.
Ooh.
Gino Hess to the outside. Gino Hess inside the 5, jumps out of bounds at the 1. They're going to call him in for the touchdown, but I don't think that's the right call at all. He was out of bounds, I think. That was all right.
Yeah, well, call on the field stands because there is no instant replay in good old high school football,
No,
so
there's
call
not,
on the
but
field will stand.
When I watch this broadcast later on, I'll scrub to this moment and I'll look at the tape myself. I'll slow it down and anything here. Taylor gets tripped, so the Lions are going to be up 14-0 here. I almost called you Steven. Miller, this Tigers defense is not bad. I mean, they've made plays, a few unforced errors here, but, I mean, they've shown some flashes of potential to this point.
They have shown some flashes, but then again, they've given up two long runs to Geno Hess on 4th down, because that was another 4th down, and then the 4th down and 14 back at their own 40, so that they're not getting the stops that they need to get, because in order to win big games like this, you gotta get some of those.
Yeah, definitely, and now the Tigers' offense needs to pick it up.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of football left to be played tonight. 8 minutes and 20
we're
seconds
only
left.
12 minutes? 15.
12-minute quarters.
Yeah, we're only 3:40 into it, and they've put up 2 touchdowns already. So
we've got to get going.
And you know what? If the Tigers are going to have another short series on offense, I mean, it's only going to hurt their defense. Because, I mean, the defensive guys are trying to get a breather on the sideline, then they got to go right back in. And that could be
and it just
wearing.
Keeps compounding the problem.
And Peoria's a running team, so it's going to make tackling really tough. And, you know, it's difficult.
Peoria set to kick it off again. I should mention, it feels a little too early to bring this out, but we do have the ball to start the second half. Similar kick. It'll be back. Fielded by Urbana. Here we go. Johnny Wathira is brought down to the 25. And a flag is down. This might be an unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness call against Urbana. I saw a Lion go flying after the end of the play. But I'm not sure if that's what the flag was or what.
Sure seemed to be after the play, so.
Yeah, very late flag. We'll see.
See what the call is.
Dimitri Turner-Winston on the field. Chico Lipscomb's on.
Yeah, personal foul.
There was probably a play like that. Well, there definitely was a play like that probably should have been called earlier on that punt. So
yeah,
I'm not.
It's getting a little chippy out here, and can't have that. You know, I mean, it's kind of unacceptable. It's actually unacceptable to begin. It's not kind of. It is.
It's where we've always disagreed because I don't mind a little chippiness, but I think you've got. I mean.
But when it's setting your
it's
team
not the
back,
right time. It's not the right time to show that emotion.
It shouldn't be the right time anytime. Well, I mean, when you're 15 yards back and you have a struggling offense, you can't.
This is a fumble, and it's going to be recovered by the Lions. Turner-Winston couldn't hold on to the ball, and Peoria will recover the fumble inside their own 5.
Yeah, I know Coach Walker's not liking that one.
Miller, that's a big unforced error for the Tigers.
That's
huge.
That's huge.
Huge
that's
unforced error.
And see, that's what the 15-yard penalty does for you. You fumble that back at the 30-yard line. I mean, they fall on it and they get it at the 30-yard line, but now they're at the 2. You gotta think. I mean, you know, it's not smart when you make dumb plays. Football come back to bite you, and it has.
Urbana's going to take a timeout. Yeah, that's what Coach Walker, in our conversations, he always mentions it's the unforced errors that get us. You know, it's the penalties like that, and well, that wasn't a penalty, but it's the plays like that bring us down, and that's what we just saw.
You think the guys would learn, you know? Maybe it's, you know, it's harming our team, and we can't, you know, setting us back 15 yards is not going to help the cause.
The scoreboard operators have already put a touchdown on the board. They'll bring it back, but that's funny.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's going to be a long night, Joe.
It looks that way. 8:12 left in the first quarter. Lions are coached by Tim Thornton, assisted by Montel Burton, Sean Bro, Michael Degg, and DeMarvis Dixon, the coaching staff for the Peoria Central High School Lions.
And Peoria Central looks like the more disciplined team right now. I mean, every time you see us pushing somebody down or throwing somebody, they're not retaliating. They're taking it and they're walking away clapping. You know, they want you to do that.
That coin has definitely flipped since the first drive of the game. This is overthrown and incomplete out of the back of the end zone. So it'll set up second down and short. I must say, a beautiful night here in Urbana. Absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
Football.
And you guys were getting on me about wearing those shorts. You know,
Well, the shorts are looking
I'm
like a good
feeling
call
it right
now.
I'm feeling it.
We'll catch you in the second half. A little chilly there, but
There might not be much of a fourth quarter, Jason.
8:06 on the clock. Handoff to Hess. Touchdown, Peoria.
Yeah, Peoria is really trying to pile it on because they're trying to get out of here. It's an hour and a half drive back to Peoria.
It is.
They don't want that at 10 o'clock at night.
No, and at least they get to drive by that stunning Peoria skyline on their way back into town.
It is a great skyline. It's one of my favorites.
It's a wonderful skyline, especially for just being in the middle of central Illinois.
Right, middle of nowhere. It's one of my favorite skylines.
Definitely.
I gotta.
Riverfront, you know, some not skyscrapers.
Not
but
any
big
good
buildings.
restaurants on the riverfront, but they can work on that. It's beside the point.
2-point conversion is good from Taylor. They have a riverboat casino, though, don't they, down there?
They do.
Okay, yeah.
They do.
It's fun for our viewers of betting age.
Yeah.
8:03 left in the first quarter.
Well,
Tiger Marching Band is filed into their section of the bleachers.
you know, if any more students are intending to come to the game, sit in the pop back, they might want to hurry up and get here before it's too late. Just putting that out there.
Pretty good crowd to our right over there. The bleachers have filled of middle school students and families as they're here for the Tiger Marching Band performance.
You know, they should have a. Are they doing the Illinois thing again with Illinois coming here?
No, they're not. It was a one-time deal, I believe,
Oh.
last year.
Because, you know, that would have been pretty cool if they would have done it on homecoming.
Ooh. Well,
Against Manual,
yeah.
a winnable game.
Well, homecoming is against Central, but Manual's senior night.
Senior night.
Yeah.
Or
I get what you're
homecoming,
saying,
too.
yeah.
I mean, Central rivalry. Not that they're not beatable. I mean, they definitely are. I believe they're owned too as well. They got shellacked by Richwoods and Danville.
Well, I mean, with homecoming though, they've got their own football game the night before. I don't know if that would stop them or not, as the kick goes. Will be fair caught by Mike Maboyo.
Yeah,
Tiger,
that's a good point.
yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see him out here too. I'm with you. It'll be chilly on senior night,
Yeah,
late October.
but they're wearing all that gear and all that band clothing. I don't know how to describe it, but it's band clothing, which keeps you warm.
I've heard mixed opinions on that. Some of the band members say that they like wearing those uniforms in the cold. Some say that they aren't actually that warm.
But, you know, they signed up to come to Central Illinois, so they should get used to the winter. You know,
Right.
It's kind of a. You're gonna have cold winters if you're here in Illinois.
That's
So
very true. Pivotal possession for the Tigers offense. It's going to be a pitch back to
oh, jeez.
Broughton. And Amari Broughton brought down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that option game isn't working too well so far. Haven't had much success. I could speak.
7:40 left, first quarter. A first quarter that has not gone by very quickly, it seems.
No, it has gone by very slowly.
As the sun continues to set here at McKinley Field, it's second down and 18. Here's Christian Phillips. Man in motion, that's Johnny Wathira. And Phillips is going to keep it. And Christian Phillips is going to get past the original line of scrimmage. He's inside of the 35. He's going to get to the 36.
That's a
Well,
good.
they're about halfway to the 36. They're going to spot it at the 35. But
Good chunk play right there. That's the first almost positive yardage gain we've had so far.
certainly seems that way. And a smart decision there on
Yep.
the part of Christian Phillips. You know,
Good read.
Could have pitched it to Johnny, but he didn't. And it's 3rd and 8. Big play for the Tigers.
Good read by Christian on the read option.
Tigers love to run that double option.
They do.
3rd down and 8.
Because they have the right personnel in terms of runners to do it. Oh.
Here's Christian.
Oh, ball's out, fumble. Looks like
I'm
we've...
trying to see. We're going to fall on that.
It's like number 51.
32. Jeremy Rumsey's going to come on for the punt.
Jeremy Macharo fell on that fumble. Way to get that one back.
And that wasn't really Christian's fault so much. He was trying to make the 1st down play. Probably wasn't going to get it if he made the pitch. Probably wasn't going to get it if he kept it himself.
You know, nice move by Christian, though. He got a little ankle breaker right there. I don't know if you caught that, but big guy went for a little tumble.
A little bit, but all for naught as we actually lost a yard on the play.
I mean, it's just an extra clip to put on his mixtape, you know.
That it is. And it's got our voices behind it. So that's a plus.
It'll be
worth
blasted out by rap music, but,
sure.
You know. We could say we did that game. That game when Christian Phillips broke a guy's ankles in football.
And had about a half-second moment of glory until he was brought down at the end of the play. Oh, man. 5:52 left, 1st quarter. And it's Taylor.
Nice pass, nice catch. Oh, and he's still going.
Miller, you know, this Tigers defense, I'm feeling they're going to step up and force a turnover at some point before this game is over.
You know, that I won't disagree with you, but they'd have to get in the right position to make a play here. I mean, they haven't had many. They haven't had many opportunities to make a play.
Geno Hess.
And at this point, they can hardly tackle.
It
took a mountain of Urbana Tigers.
I only see 5 Tigers that weren't in that pile. Geno Hess gets the 1st down and then some.
Yeah, and as Jason points out, it took half the team to bring down Karan Taylor right there. Yeah, that's that strength you were talking about, Joe. That's a Big Ten strength.
Yeah.
I'm sure film coordinator down there is having a
inside the red zone on the Taylor completion.
Having a jolly time over there.
Pass completed to Kavion Mack.
Slant right there. Good throw. Good catch. Look at our good friend Steven down there. He told me he was going to be assistant defensive coordinator tonight, and he's doing his part down there, gotta say.
More on Steven in a moment. This is tipped, and it went out of bounds.
Good play there.
If the pass had been a different angle there, that's exactly the tip drill you want.
Play there by number 60. Don't have a number 60. It's not on the roster sheet. Because I know that wasn't 61, because that was not Jesse, so.
And a point regarding our friend Steven, who ran our computer 2 weeks ago. He joined the football team in the week after, so he is down on the sidelines, not on our computer tonight. Spin move into the end zone at the 1. Okay, so the one I thought went into the end zone was out at the 1, but nevertheless, a beautiful spin move there from Kyrese Jones. 5:06 left. 1st and goal.
Does Peoria have a Madden controller that I don't know about right here? Because that was a textbook spin stiff combo right out of the Madden.
Precision spin move, if I've ever seen one.
With the precision stiff.
And to the end zone is Geno Hess.
And that's that HB gut.
Or a little HB smash.
Yeah.
Or something in the goal line formation.
Or hand me the ball, I'm going to score this touchdown.
Yeah.
The
Lions go up 28-0.
28, and the 2-point right here could be 30.
It's Taylor and Hess in the backfield.
Really good crowd, though. You made a good point to the right of us. There's a really good crowd down there.
To the end zone and incomplete, so it's as if they've scored 4 touchdowns and kicked 4 extra points. 28-0 our score, 4:59 left, quarter number 1. Again, I'm Joey Wright, joined by Miller Calhoun. Jason Liggett's on our camera. And Miller, indeed, a great crowd to our right. That's what I mentioned with the TMB to B festivities. The Tiger Marching Band is welcomed in. You know, the 8th graders at Urbana Middle School in their band program to play with them tonight. And that brings in all their families and some of their friends as well. I know my family is in attendance somewhere because my brother's a freshman, not an 8th grader, but my other 8th grade brother is in attendance tonight as well. So.
Is your other brother in the marching band as well?
He is not. Johnny, the freshman, plays the sousaphone. Tommy, the 8th grader, plays the computer.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm not, I'm a bit of a gamer myself. But
besides, his vitamin D levels are lower than the average human being.
Yeah, I like to make fun of gamers, but Tommy's a good kid. Good kid is Tommy.
Nice that you say that, Joey.
Yeah, I'm a good brother. I'd like to think I'm a pretty good brother. Maybe they disagree, but you're an only child, correct?
Yeah, I am. That I am.
Right.
Never have that experience.
Pros and cons. It's got its pros and cons. You probably get more Christmas presents than I do. I kid. It's only funny if you respond. It's what I just said was only funny if you respond. Otherwise, it's just kind of
I kind of zoned out right there, Joey. I'm sorry.
Come on, Miller. Man, 4:59 left, first quarter. Tigers offense. Can they break through here? They need to get going. Christian Phillips with Lavoy Young in the backfield. And it's a handoff to Young, who gains maybe a yard. It'll be second down and 9.
It's going to be tough to run up the middle. Got some big kids down there in the middle, and it's going to be tough. I mean, and we've tried to run it outside, and we've had a little success, not much though. So maybe we could try and mix it up. Pass right there we go.
Big throw from Christian to Chico, overthrew him. And not a bad defensive job from number 3, Justin Logan.
Christian missed that one. He misread it. Johnny was wide open down the middle. Wide open.
I think even if Chico had been able to catch up with that, it would have been a tough play because of Logan there playing D.
That was tight coverage. There was not of a big window right there. So, but Johnny was open. He had his man beat. Christian just didn't look at him. Kind of just threw it right when he got it. You want to go through your progressions. I know he's a young kid, but that's what I've been told.
Here's Christian and Phillips out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 10.
Good decision. Great. For a young kid right there, that's a good decision.
And that's what, I don't like to be very critical, but that's what Christian needs to do. He needs to learn how to get out of bounds, throw the ball away rather than take the loss, and that's a good step right there into him realizing that.
He didn't force it. He didn't try to make the big play and make a play out of nothing. He just said, you know what, there's nothing for me here. Let's just run it out of bounds and avoid turning it over, which is good. I mean, that's the right play. That is, by all means, the good decision.
Solid punt from Rumsey, not much motion on it. And Luffman will mark it dead at the 39. Jake Luffman, the senior. 4:07 left, first quarter.
See if we can get a stop right here on this possession. Good pressure up the middle from Jake Luffman.
No! Karan Taylor, he's going to break free! Karan Taylor was sacked. He's still up. He's still going. That's Karan Taylor. Nobody can bring him down. He's inside the 10, and he's in the end zone. He was sacked 15 yards behind the line. Oh, my.
That's Big Ten for you right there.
That's a Big Ten athlete if I've ever seen one.
Big Ten right there.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Karan, man. I don't usually get excited for another team's big play, but man, how can he not? Wow. How did he do that?
Sports Center?
That's got to be.
I mean, he must have. Every person on the Tigers defense had a shot at him and tried to tackle him and couldn't bring him down.
Oh, man.
I mean, you start with Jake Luffman in the backfield with the trying to get a sack, can't bring him down, and then you got the rest of the defense trying to bring him down on the outside, and to no luck. I mean, that's D1 for you. If the Tigers don't know what a D1 athlete is,
they just learned.
They just
learned. Oh my
101
God.
right there.
Jake Luffman is not a weak guy. I mean,
no.
Jake he's as strong as this team's got.
He's the pound for pound strongest guy on this football team. He could not bring him down, and that's.
Oh, I wish, man! I want to go back and watch that replay right now.
The Cam Newton. I mean,
that's the Cam Newton comparison. I don't even think Cam Newton could. He could do that against the high school team.
But I mean, that's.
Illinois has a great. Illinois might win the Big Ten next year.
Don't go that
back
far.
Off a bit on that, but man.
No, but I
awesome.
like your enthusiasm there, Joey.
I'm a fan. Karan Taylor picked up a fan tonight.
Yeah, I mean.
I would just take him out of the game right now. I wouldn't even leave him in there. I would just. No injury. He made his play.
Nah,
leave
him in there. Leave him in there.
Or let's keep watching.
Let's
keep
right.
watching him. Oh man,
that's one of the only good things going for us right now. Let's leave him in there and let's watch more of this. Okay.
Man, not only did he break so many tackles behind the line, but no one could bring him down when he was running to the end zone.
And he knew where he was. He wasn't like he kept his eyes up on field. He wasn't trying to push guys out. He kept his eyes up. He never once did he bring his eyes down to look at who was trying to tackle him. Determination. That's incredible.
Wow.
Incredible.
Gotta calm down. That's
special.
That's special.
It's talent right there.
Yeah. We're still talking about it. 3:47 left in the first quarter.
I mean, I know we're supposed to be Urbana broadcasters,
but how can
you got to talk about talent when you see it, and that's
give
talent.
Credit where credit is due.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Jacob Meeker's in the game, and he's going to keep it. He's going to throw it out to Broughton, I believe that is, who will lose 2.
And that's not even Madden. You couldn't even do that on Madden. No, forget about it.
The game had to glitch out for that to happen.
Right. Forget about it. You'd break the X button or whatever button by the time you did all that.
Sprint button.
That's real life right there.
He did that without stiff arms or anything. It was just refusing.
He's a men among boys out there. That's how I'd put it. Right now.
And it's Meeker in our backfield. Looks like that's Broughton behind him.
Coach Walker's given Meeker an opportunity to prove himself.
And Meeker dropped by Johnny. Johnny with Thera. And not bad defense either from Kyrese Jones.
He
We need all CIYFL players to meet at the concession stand. Please. All CIYFL players to meet at the
he met a shellacking right there, and he was gonna face a big hit right there.
Yeah.
And
Miller,
it wasn't gonna be much yardage even if he did catch it. So
Miller, I believe the youth football programs in Urbana are here tonight as well.
They are.
So that's another reason why the crowd's so healthy. And Meeker's going to gain a yard.
And Meeker on the quarterback keeper, gain of 1 on the play. Bring up a 4th and 8 from the 33. Credit the stop to 25, Tyler Walker.
Still recovering. 2:35 left. It's 4th down and 8, so we're going to see Dalen Crawford-Lasden's on to punt. Rumsey is, I don't know where Rumsey is. And not an awful punt.
Oh,
Here's
geez.
Geno
Don't
Hess.
start this again.
Do we have it again? Geno Hess.
No,
Geno Hess
don't.
gets some blocks, and he's
Okay.
brought down at the
Okay.
40, and a flag is down. I guess that just tells us that we need to stay on our toes because we might have to send a few of these clips to Sports Center, you know? Never know when a big play is going to.
And I'm sure somebody got that. If somebody didn't record it, shame on them. Well, we obviously recorded it, but.
Peoria's video guy down there's probably already got that on.
Yeah, knowing
fast
him,
track
he's.
to Bristol.
Knowing him, he's already got his. You know, Uncle Billy's probably seen it, and
Yeah.
Aunt Margie, you know.
Yeah, right. 2:04 first quarter.
Yeah, you know.
Ball's on the 27, so Peoria has 73 yards to go if they want to score a touchdown here in this drive.
I wonder if he can explain how their defense has given up 70 points the last 2 weeks. I might have to ask him about that.
Giving up none today. Handoff, Geno Hess.
Oh,
Geno
geez.
Hess to the right side, and Geno Hess is going to break some tackles.
Oh, geez.
He's going to break a few more.
Oh,
a 73-yard touchdown run for Geno Hess. Unbelievable. And the Lions break off another one. 73 yards, Geno Hess. It's 42-0 Peoria. Wow.
You know, I brought it up at the beginning of the game. They can't, you're going to have to tackle from the bottom up. You can't tackle with arm tackles. Because as you can see, these guys are big.
Taylor
And
into
we
the end zone
obviously
for two.
haven't figured that out yet.
You know, it's in wrestling, they always teach you the low man always wins. Got to get low. Got to get
And
low.
yet the low man still didn't win, though.
No, well, I mean,
We still had some guys on the ground on his feet, and yet to no avail.
there's nothing they could do about that. But yeah, I mean,
That's talent. I mean, and we knew coming in that Karan Taylor and Geno Hess. I mean, you saw it last year when you went to the game. I mean, they're
unreal.
1-2
They're
punch.
unreal
They're
athletes,
1-2
yeah.
punch. I mean, that's why they won state last year. A big part was them too, on their offense.
well, and I didn't look at their stats for the past two games, but I would imagine against Richwoods last week, they scored 69 points.
Right,
so
and
they
that's-
probably had very big games, you know, for both of them.
And I was watching the highlights of their first game, and you know, Karan Taylor's out there making plays. I mean, he's not breaking tackles like this, but he's making plays, and Geno Hess was out there running the ball, and they were 46 points is still a lot of points. A lot of points. But you know, they won't take those guys out.
Right.
And that's not
Not
Peoria.
yet.
Peoria will shove
They're
it.
gonna run this
they're
score
they're
up.
gonna shove it down our throats. If I know Peoria like Peoria.
They're on pace to win almost like 200-0. No.
I mean, they're gonna
If they-
probably
if they-
score one more time before the quarter ends. Knowing them, because you know, I'm not saying we're hopefully I hope we don't get 3 and out, but if they get a 3 and out, I mean, knowing them, all it takes is one play.
Out of bounds.
80 was there in Germany field to kick off. Went out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Goes the kick returner.
You know, next time this happens, I might have to pull up my own phone and record something, because this is just getting unreal.
It is. But it's our offense now, so we'll see. Maybe Peoria can step up on defense. Real quick, the Tigers are managed by Marley Glenn, among other managers. She's the only one that I was able to get down on the spreadsheet here. But
You know, I wonder if Coach Walker, when he signed up for this coaching gig, if he knew he would face talent like that.
well, I think
I mean, he probably knew the conference and, you know, the stature, but I don't know if he was expecting Cam Newton out
Phillips
there.
lost a yard there. Well, you know, I like to think that there's a Division I player, probably at least one on average, you know, one per county in Illinois. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Might not be
well,
a-
okay, I get what you're saying.
It averages out, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, way more in the you know, up by
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
And that's
Here we
probably
go.
the same.
Oh, what? Gotta keep running.
Losing yards as Johnny Wathera.
No, stop. What he did wrong there was he stopped. He had a lane to get it at least back to the original line, and he stopped.
Third
Can't
and
stop.
16. But, you know, and I think that point is probably true no matter where you go. You're always, you know, you could be coaching in rural Wyoming, and you're still going to have special players that you've got to defend. Maybe they're not quite as good as you know, Big Ten talent, but relative to the competition, they're going to make plays. So,
yeah,
part of the high school game, you know.
You make a valid point. Unless you're in Texas, and then, you know, high school is like college games.
Meeker flips it to Lavoie Young, and Lavoie gets out at the 28.
Just imagine if we were doing this in Texas, man.
Man.
We'd have our own booth. We'd probably get on TV or something like regular,
local,
like CBS or something like that.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
I mean,
high school football is big in Texas.
I've been to Texas, but I've never been to a high school football game in Texas, you know, but I've seen the movies. I've seen Friday Night Lights. It's crazy.
Have you seen the new ESPN 30 for 30 doc, What Carter Lost? It's about high school football at Carter High School in Dallas, Texas, the late 1980s. The team sent like 21 players to Division I schools, but there were some problems regarding crime and whatnot that the school had to face, and whole scandal regarding their state championship season. Great 30 for 30. I recommend it to the viewing audience.
I do like that series, though. It's very informative.
Very informative. There's not a bad 30 for 30 out there.
Nope.
There's some ones that aren't as good as others, but
my personal favorite, if I get this quick tidbit in, is I Hate Christian Laettner. That's just my personal favorite one. But
don't think I've caught that one. I've heard of it. I've seen you know the trailers for it. So I recorded the Mike Francesa one that just came out a few months ago, but my TV only recorded half of it. So you know, if anyone wants to invite me over to watch the second half of the Mike Francesa Chris Russo 30 for 30, I'll bring chips. Hate that, you know.
Mike and the Mad Dog.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Obviously, Chris Russo's got his own Mad Dog radio station, Sirius XM.
High Heat.
Yep.
He's got his own TV show now.
Yeah.
But on a side note, I have a feeling that this could get the most views on our YouTube in our.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well,
I mean,
for those plays alone,
for people who, it's the word's going to get around out here that people are making big time plays, and you know.
Well,
they can only view it if they view it for 10 seconds. That counts as a view.
It does.
So,
but you know, those plays are probably on the internet already. I think that punt's going to stay in. Well, I was wrong. Not a bad punt though. 17 seconds left in what has been a very long first quarter here.
I still can't believe it's the first quarter.
First quarter's gone on for nearly an hour.
So it's 44-0, and you know, I'm just going to go down to 40 to make it less complicated. They're looking at they're on pace for 160 points.
Yeah. And here's Taylor. Karan Taylor's going to throw. I stand by my prediction that we're going to force a turnover. I think we've been relatively close, and when you're up 44-0, you maybe don't make the smart, you know, you go for the big plays. You don't go for, you know, you're not playing like it's close anymore, if you get what I'm saying. So I do think we'll force a turnover. 13.1 on the board. And here's Taylor. Taylor's going to keep it and run up the middle. Karan Taylor is going to go inside the 20. He lost the ball. There's the turnover I called for the Tigers. With 3.6 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter, the Tigers have forced a Karan Taylor turnover.
You know, I didn't catch you force that fumble, but, you know, you would have been more risky if you would have said 2. But nice prediction.
We might force it. I wasn't forcing. I wasn't predicting.
Nice prediction,
that we'd
though.
Force one before the first quarter, but.
But yeah, a huge play right there. I didn't catch who knocked it out, but that's huge right there.
Definitely. 44-0. This will be the last play of the first.
But you know, I still rather see a touchdown.
And Chico to about the 15. That's the first quarter of play. Peoria up 44-0. Well, an interesting first quarter to remark upon.
It was very entertaining. You know, as entertaining as a 44 to nothing game can get, that was entertaining.
Definitely.
Kept me on my toes.
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting. As the cheerleaders cheer, good job from them as they always do. They perform well.
Yeah, they do their thing. They do their thing
well.
Yeah, I'd like to give a quick shout out to the soccer team. You know, 5-0 on the very young season. I know we just had a broadcast recently.
Yesterday against Centennial.
Yeah, I was not a part of that. I wish I was, but you know, I had plans. I'm a very busy guy to the viewers out there.
Oh yeah,
busy,
basketball and whatnot.
Huge busy guy.
You know, I never like to correct you, but they were in action at. Actually, I don't think the game has started yet, but they're in action in Morton right now. I think 8 o'clock kickoff at the Morton tournament.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. So they are undefeated as of now, but I don't want to, jinx them.
Right, as of this moment, as of 3 seconds ago, they were undefeated. They're still undefeated.
I only called you on that because I wasn't sure. I thought the game had kicked off at like 6, and I wasn't sure if it was over and maybe we hadn't performed so well or what. But yeah.
I got faith.
Oh, I have faith too. This team, I think, is just going to be just as good as last year's team was.
Better than last year's?
Perhaps.
I mean, last year's I came out to a couple of games and rock solid, man.
Very fun to watch.
Very, very good.
I'm not really a soccer guy, but I love watching our boys in action. And here is Meeker. Gets past the original line.
Meeker on the quarterback keeper, brought down by 23 as this.
So it'll be 4th down.
Good play right there. Good yardage. Good 6-yard gain. Haven't had many of those tonight.
4th down and 9, and Rumsey comes on. Rumsey, a talented punter, also a very talented linebacker for this Tigers team. Sun's about, I think I mentioned this a few minutes ago, but it's about 95% set. We are completely under the lights at McKinley Field. A beautiful sight, beautiful punt. And it's down at the 46. I was watching some blocking that was going on at about the 20-yard line there. There's a flag down kind of around midfield. And this is going to back Peoria up a bit, it looks like.
Urbana High School is pleased to welcome CU 1-to-1 and Talks mentors to tonight's football game. Will all the UHS mentors and mentees please stand? Over 130 community members
as the mentors are honored. Well, there's always a lot that goes on second home game of the year. You've had the TMB to B night, the marching band, the youth football team's honored tonight. The mentors are being honored right now. We didn't do it this year, but we used to wear the camouflage uniforms this week every year. September 11th remembrance.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously the 16th anniversary of that tragedy on Monday. And that'll be a gain of a few for the Lions. The Lions' numbers look to be kind of a camouflage pattern there on their numbers. I'm not sure if that's for the occasion or if it's just what they always wear.
I believe that's what they always wear.
But in any case, perhaps it's taken on a special meaning this week. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I was never a big fan of our camouflage uniforms. As we get a few yards.
I don't remember them too well, so I can't say myself. But
I liked the idea, of course, but it was just so hard for me to see the numbers.
Well, yeah, that is.
So
it's probably why the announcers don't like the Seahawks lime green jerseys.
Yeah.
But they hire people to point
they've
out
got
numbers.
spotters and everything, yeah.
So
The spotters probably don't like him. Gino Hess, first down, Peoria.
you know, this Lions team is about the same size as Urbana. They don't have many bodies on that sideline. Maybe that's why they're struggling a little bit, because lack of depth.
It's hard to mount a state championship run when you don't have that depth to contend with teams that do. Based on how they've played tonight, I think they'll be just fine. Here's Karan Taylor again. And Karan Taylor, if the sideline was about a few yards wider, he would have had another touchdown. 9 minutes left, quarter number 2.
Gain of 14 on the play. Bring up a 1st and 10 from the 46.
9 minutes to go.
And here's Hess. Check that. To the end zone goes Peoria.
Credit the 46-yard touchdown run to 6, Javon Benson.
Javon Gibson. Not on our.
Jinx, knock on the railing. You owe me a soda.
Oh, I don't have all that money, Miller. NASCAR Heat 2 drops for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam on Tuesday. So
they make video games about NASCAR?
That they do, and I own most of them. My apologies, that was probably the lamest touchdown call
You
ever.
and Jimmy Johnson's son.
Jimmy Johnson's son. Jimmy Johnson has a daughter.
Well, I wouldn't know. I
believe he has a son.
It's just trying to make a point that
I got
the NASCAR game does not sell very well.
Well, I'll be playing. But between that purchase and homecoming and whatnot, I'm going to be pretty strapped for cash here. What? 8:52 left in the quarter. And in the half as well. And we're about to see Peoria kick it away. And on a bounce, and a bit of a late hit there on Mike Maboya. That's a flag.
Who is that?
Our apologies, a little technical difficulty there. We've worked through it, and 8:47 left in the first half. Again, I'm Joey Wright, joined by Miller Calhoun and Jason Liggett. .47.
Yeah, got a long way to go here, Joey. 52-0.
Yeah, I would say we're going to have a running clock in the second half. Maybe.
I would agree.
I would, unless we get going.
You know, but I'm hoping for this 52-point comeback in this 8:47.
It'd be pretty lit, as the kids are saying.
That would be lit.
8:47 left.
L-I-T.
It's Jacob Meeker still in the backfield, and in motion is Chico Lipscomb. Check that, it was Christian Phillips in motion. Meeker takes a hard hit at about the 41, and it's the second time I made that mistake.
Sandwiched.
Yeah.
Taken down and played by 23, Isaiah Smith. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd, 7 from the 41.
.820 left Second down and 7. In motion is Christian Phillips, and I don't think he was intended to receive the snap. It went to him anyways, above Jacob Meeker's head.
7, Christian Phillips on carry.
And
Bizarre play, but
yeah, definitely a bizarre play. And with under 8 minutes left, pleased to announce that at halftime, an interview with ESPN Radio 93.5's Jeremy Warner. That'll be fun.
you'll ask all the questions, and
Yeah,
I might contribute one, but
we'll see.
very excited.
That we are.
Do like
7:40
ESPN
left.
Radio.
Big fan. I'm a big ESPN Radio guy.
Big fan of the whole ESPN conglomerate thing, you know.
Oh, I am as well. That a hard hit there taken by Chico Lipscomb, a flag down in the backfield. A little impromptu interview. I didn't know we were going to have that until just moments ago. Jason Liggett, our cameraman, setting that up. So kudos to him. This penalty is going to go against Peoria. 7:30 left in the second half.
Was that an
Big penalty
roughing
there
the passer?
Yeah. So first down and 10. It'll set up for Urbana. Puts him at the 25. This is the best chance Urbana's had to score, Miller.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah.
Fresh set of downs. Only 25 yards to go. Let's see.
And then 4-down territory, too. So
Here's Meeker. Going to throw it up. Nearly
lucky
picked
that
off.
wasn't intercepted.
So with 7:18 on the clock, it's second down and 10.
Not the smartest decision by Meeker there, but probably he's just glad it wasn't intercepted.
And here in motion is Chico. And Lipscomb to the 26. We'll see where they spot him at. That's 2 plays. The Tigers have yet to gain anything. They've lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and 11.
This Peoria Lions defense is very athletic. You know, I've been noticing that they get up and down the field, Joey. They run side to side. They get up and down the field, and they're athletic, and they make a lot of plays. They need to make. They really do get up and down the field.
That they do. And it's Meeker dropping back. Doesn't have much time to the end zone, and it's overthrown. Intended for Kyler Winfrey Burney. So it'll be 4th down and 11. And you mentioned it when we got to this point, it's 4-down territory, Miller.
Yeah.
There's no punt here, and we don't have a field goal kicker who can be called upon to make the kick. What I liked there was that Meeker, you know, it was a bold decision to make that throw, but he made it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
He stepped up, made the, attempt.
no risk, no reward.
Here's Meeker stepping up, throwing. It's overthrown, nearly picked off. Flag is down on the right side of the field at the 21-yard line.
He had a corner route open. Somebody was doing the corner route, and he had somebody open, but little miscommunication there. The receiver stopped, and then he continued to throw it as if he was still going to run.
6:32 left. Tigers offense is coming off the field, so it'll be Peoria's ball. And the penalty, an illegal man down the field for the Tigers.
Look like Trinell Hartfield's going to get hauled off in the cart here. That's not a good sign. He's one of the main guys on that defensive line, and it's not a good sign right there.
It's never good to see.
Hope he's okay. He's just going to hop on some crutches, actually.
Ron Taylor's pass is complete to 7, Kavion Mack.
6:19 left. Tigers crowd is still pretty into it, all things considered. And first down, the ball popped out, but they're going to say that the runner was down. So we're under 6 minutes left. Moves the chains for the Lions. And a gain of a few to the 50-yard line goes Kenta Horton Jr. As we approach 5.5 minutes left. Second and 3 midfield. Miller, the Illini in action tomorrow night against Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers coming to town.
Predicting a Western Kentucky win.
They're favored, aren't they? By like.
As I say all the time, Illinois is only going to get 2 wins this season. I'm sorry to say it to all the viewers out there who are Illinois fans, but 2 W's.
We eked one out against Ball State.
And they shouldn't have won that game.
It's close. We had to fight from behind.
And without wouldn't have blocked that field goal, it would have been tied going into OT.
And here goes Peoria. They're not going to quite do it again. That was number 22. Javier Deck, first time we've called his name tonight. So they move the chains. Miller, some nice scents wafting over to us from the concession stand.
Yeah, that's gotta love those hamburgers, man. Hamburgers and hot dogs.
This is going to be a touch. I called that too soon. Inside the 5 goes Peoria.
Just short.
Just short. I mean, it was close. But so they're inside the 5. Josh Marshall on the tackle for the Tigers. First down and 3 from the 3, first and goal. And touchdown Lions. They get in to go up 58-0 with 4:28 left in this, the second half of the first half, the second quarter of play.
We're gonna go for 2 again. I don't know if they have a kicker on their roster, so
yeah, they've been barely getting these kickoffs up, so
probably just settle for the probably decided 2 points every time.
It's Taylor, nice move. Karan Taylor throws back of the end zone. It's dropped. So the 2-point conversion is no good. It remains.
Nice swim move by Taylor, but you know, I've seen multiple times a couple of Peoria receivers will get in the way of each other and they'll tip the ball away from one another. And you know, they could have had a couple of more completions, but it's been ball's been tipped a few times by teammates of each other, and you don't see that too often.
.428 to go in the half. Miller, not quite as exciting of a half here in that we haven't seen many big plays, but you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can say. The second quarter definitely has not lived up to the hype of the first quarter, that's for sure.
Pooched up. Dimitri Turner-Winston slips at the 25 rather.
Kickoff fielded by 3, Dimitri Turner-Winston. Urbana will take over first and 10.
So Urbana with another attempt to score. And you know, Miller Peoria is gunning for the shutout just like they had against us at their place last year.
Yeah. If I recall, it was 79-0.
79-0. I was there.
Yeah.
I live tweeted that one, and you can go back and.
If they keep the pace they're going on now, they could surpass 79-0. But
you know,
with that running clock, though, it's
that running clock will be tough.
It's going to be difficult.
They put up 71 in the first half last year, and then only scored once that second half. And all the way inside the 30 goes Christian Phillips. Biggest play the Tigers have had from scrimmage tonight. First down and 10. 4:18 left in the half.
Nice play right there. Good throw by Meeker. Play action pass. Nice catch by Christian. Nice little concentration there. Caught it, juggled it, caught it again. Good play. Good play. I like it.
28. Here's Meeker. And Meeker's going to keep it himself inside the 25, gets to about the 23. They might give him the 22. .345. Meeker. Jake Meeker inside the 15. Miller, this is the drive the Tigers have been waiting for all night. They are on the prowl.
Good one.
I'm awful, but I think I'm pretty good too.
On the prowl. They are. This has been a good drive. Pretty much all done by Meeker. Nice catch by Christian, but Meeker's making plays with his feet and with the arm. He's showing Coach Walker he belongs.
Meeker pitches it out to Lipscomb. Chico Lipscomb to the original line of scrimmage, gain about a yard. Thrown out of bounds, second down.
Lipscomb on the carry.
.330 left on the clock. I mean, obviously time not a problem here in this drive. Second down and 9. Meeker throws to Lavoy Young, and he gets lit up at the 11, gets to about the 9. So that'll set up third and short. Big hit there from the Lions. Clock ticks.
We've seen lots of those big hits tonight. This is a physical football team.
It'll be third and about 5.
Tigers are hanging with it, though. Not giving up. That's what I like to see, resilience.
3 minutes on the clock, third and 5. And Miller, that's a good point. These Tigers not giving up. It'd be easy to give up down 52-0.
It'd be easy to, put your head down and get frustrated. And
Meeker to Mike Maboyo, didn't quite get to the first down marker. Oh, the Tigers are so close. They're inside the 10.
Then
Fourth and 4.
They got to go for it.
Oh, no doubt. What do you do here? Just maybe a little fade thing to the corner of the end zone, or?
It's tough. Haven't had much success running it up the middle. There's not much room on the outside. Looks like they'll call a timeout.
Good timeout here from Coach Walker and the Tigers. A reminder at halftime, an interview with ESPN Radio's Jeremy Warner, new host of the Jeremy Warner Show, because it's a new show, 9 to 11 on weekday mornings, ESPN Radio 93.5. Should be a pretty good interview.
Based in town here? Is he
based in town?
Okay. Nice.
2:15 left.
Geez, they're already doing the raffle ticket. I don't know if they do it this early usually. I mean, it's only the second quarter.
It's been a long first half, though. .2:15 on the clock. I keep saying the time, and I'm not sure why. The time is not a problem for the Tigers here. What is a problem is that they've got to get 4 yards. That sounded worse than it should have, but we'll see. 4th down and 4.
This would be huge right here. Huge boost of confidence for these guys right here if they could get a score. Or even the fourth down right here would be critical.
And here's something to the corner of the end zone, dropped by Phillips. But it wasn't really Christian's fault. That pass, he was led out of the end zone.
Yeah, that was a tricky play right there. He would have had to make a sensational diving catch to haul that one in. Good effort, though, by Christian.
Almost had it, really. I mean,
he really did. It was on the fingertips, but Meeker's got to make a better throw on that one. He probably didn't have the right grip on it. But
2:10 left in the half.
Great try, though. Good drive. That should be an example of what they can do. I mean, drove right down the field on these guys.
So it's 1st and 10.
Be a run to about the 16-yard line. Gain of about 8.
And a reminder that Jeremy Warner writes for IlliniInquirer.com as well.
Geez, we might have some problems then.
Oh?
No, just kidding.
I know,
just kidding.
I got you.
Yeah, he's probably a big Illini guy, you know. He'll see me with these Missouri shorts on. And
oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a joke about
immediately get on my case.
I thought you were like coming at
at
him. I was like,
no,
whoa.
no, I don't even.
But yeah, no. Missouri shorts.
You said Illini Inquirer. I was like,
yep.
oh, gee.
Yep.
No, Illini.
I got you.
Illini guy.
Players down here, shaking up, not down for the Tigers.
It's too bad they took the Missouri-Illinois football game, bragging rights football game.
Bias Coleman.
That'd have been a good football game. Missouri would have killed Illinois though.
Yeah. Jeremy Warner writes for IlliniInquirer.com.
SEC,
Mike,
Big Ten West, you know.
Mike Carpenter replaced him on the Tay and J show with Lon Tay. It's obviously the Tay and Carp show now. That's 4 to 6 on weekdays. ESPN Radio Domain 3.5. So
first down, but Peoria might want to start airing it out here. They've got to go a long ways and down the country road, and they're quite a long way. But their running has been getting some big chunks today, so I don't blame them for running.
To the other side of the 30-yard line.
It's just risky business, you know. Takes time off the clock. And single coverage, so single coverage, a guy makes a move and gets a guy beat. Touchdown. Better watch out for that. One deep safety. Definitely plays for the sideline right here. But they'll stick to the run.
Hand off. Flag is down. Peoria is going to get the first.
Flag right there.
2 flags on the play. Inside of 45 seconds to go. I'm going to need a water at halftime, I'll tell you that. Holding against Peoria is going to bring the play back.
So you got
a penalty against Urbana.
Offset.
Yeah.
You got a holding on Peoria, and then you got a legal hit to the head by Urbana, which was right in front of us. 44.43 now, 42, 41 seconds left in the second quarter.
20 on the plate clock and diminishing. 2nd and 2 from the 30.
Time's ticking as they And
a good run in the making here for Peoria.
Nice.
We're going to get that first down back, which will stop the clock. Perhaps they're looking to score again before the half.
Wouldn't be surprised if you see a deep shot right here. Not surprise me. As I said earlier, Tigers are only playing one single deep safety, so well, they better go now. I mean, 15 seconds and counting.
I don't think Peoria's in a hurry to keep going.
I think, yeah, they're going to get one more play.
If that. 6 seconds left and 5. Now 4, 3, 2, and Miller, that's our first half of action. First half in the books. Urbana down 58-0 entering the locker rooms. We'll be back for an interview with Jeremy Warner in just a few moments. And then back after that for analysis of the first half and the second half. Keep watching the Tigers Media Network. And we're pleased to have with us on the Tigers Media Network tonight, Jeremy Warner of the Jeremy Warner Show on ESPN Radio 93.5. Jeremy, thank you for swinging by and chatting with us here at halftime.
Thanks, Joey, for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. So I want to talk a little bit first about your transition from the Tay&J Show on weekday afternoons to the Jeremy Warner Show on weekday mornings on ESPN Radio. What's that been like? Obviously, the Tay&J Show, very popular. What's it like kind of forging your own path here?
Yeah, it was bittersweet, but Lon and I had a great thing going for 7 years, and we had a great show, and I really had fun with him every day. It wasn't about that, though. It was, for me, it was about my personal life. I just had a baby boy. He's about a year old, so I get to spend more time with him, have my afternoons and nights a little bit more open, so I could be around my family a little bit more. But it's going well. The transition, it's different. Being a solo show, you kind of got to drive everything.
Yeah.
Kind of have a conversation with yourself, have some interaction with our listeners, though Austin Burkle, my producer, does a really good job doing that too. So it's been a transition. It's been bittersweet, but I think we're off on the right foot, and the great thing is now people have two shows they can listen to on ESPN.
Definitely, and I recall, I think it was the last episode of the Tay&J Show or one of the ones thereafter where you've been a guest. You mentioned you're a morning person, and I imagine doing your show in the mornings, you're already up and at it. So
right. Well, when you have a 1-year-old, you're going to be up early in the morning anyway. So no, but I've always been a morning person. I'm chipper, and I always wanted to give people, that the morning after a game, give them some instant reaction. I feel like that was a need in this area that we kind of can fulfill now. So breaking down the games, we also want to have some fun. Like Carp and I were chatting music the other day. So we like to have a little bit of fun, but we do want to be your in-depth sports breakdown. Definitely,
and it's a different perspective you can give early in the morning because stuff happens after the conclusion of now the Tay and Carp show. So it's different. So
yeah. You can recap the nights, and sometimes waiting until 3 o'clock was difficult for me to get all those thoughts out. Now I can get them out right in the morning, and then you got a full day to kind of recap and kind of break down what happened that night.
Definitely. Now what we've seen tonight here, Urbana versus Peoria, Karan Taylor, Illini commit for next year. He has had a monster first half. Obviously made a big play where he broke just several tackles, ran 60-plus yards into the end zone. What are the Illini looking forward to him in next year?
Well, Garrick McGee, the offensive coordinator, was here, and Karan broke a couple tackles, a sack, ran for a 61-yard touchdown. He said, we should probably recruit that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Karan Taylor's really good. And he's got some receivers that are dropping passes on him tonight, so his stat line for passing might not look that great, but he's making big-time passes. His receivers just aren't hauling him in. He's a ridiculous talent. He's a Power 5 talent. Illinois locked him up early, getting the in-state kid, one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. He can throw it. He can run it. He's growing as an accurate passer, and you can see he's got command of his team as well. He's got an it factor to him. Some kids, you see him in a camp setting like Karan, and he might not be as good as some more polished kids. When the lights come on, Karan Taylor makes his biggest plays, and you saw that in the state championship games last year.
That he does. Obviously, Peoria, the defending state champions in Illinois. And Peoria is a bit of a pipeline for the Illini. He's not going to be the only Lion on the team next year. Some players that came before him are now on the Illini, and that's got to help, knowing that he's got some buddies on the team.
Yeah, Kendrick Green, the defensive tackle, freshman, not playing yet, but ridiculous talent, a 4-star on Scout.com. Illinois got him over Iowa, Notre Dame, some other schools came around. He's going to be a special defensive tackle. Also played offensive line for Peoria. So yeah, they want to get that Peoria thing going. If there's a talented kid, a Big Ten kid in Central Illinois, Illinois needs to lock him up, and it's been a good job doing that with Kendrick and Karan.
Right, Lovey's done a pretty good job. He's got a very young team this year, and he's some recruits coming in next year. But the next few years, definitely, with the classes he's got and the coach he is.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting more talent. It's going to take time. This year should be a struggle. Everyone's got to remember this is basically year one. A lot of freshmen on this team.
Mm-hmm.
They'll eventually be juniors. They'll eventually be seniors. And if they stack classes like this one, they're going to be pretty good in a couple years.
Definitely. The Illinois, the Illini play Western Kentucky tomorrow night. What can we expect on the gridiron at Memorial Stadium? It's I don't think they're favored. Western Kentucky is they're coming in hungry, but what can we expect?
7.5-point underdogs to a team that's never won against a Big Ten opponent. But this is an opponent that's won 22 games the last 2 years, won back-to-back Conference USA championships. Now they have a new coach. Jeff Brom left to go to Purdue, and Mike Sanford, the Notre Dame offense coordinator, comes in. I think that's an opportunity for Illinois. Western Kentucky wasn't great week one, but this is an experienced team that knows how to win with an experienced quarterback who can make plays. They're better than Ball State, and Illinois barely beat Ball State at home. So this is going to be a tough game for Illinois. They got to make strides. Everyone always says week 1 to week 2 is the biggest improvement. Illinois needs that to happen. The young kids have to learn from that week 1 experience.
Definitely. And it'll be a fun atmosphere at Memorial Stadium under the lights. Obviously, that changes things. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, and it's a big game for their season. I mean, if they want a bowl game, it's a game you got to win. I don't expect a bowl game, but I still think that Illinois, a Big Ten team, needs to beat Western Kentucky at home. This would be a nice win to help gain some confidence. If they lose this, there's not a lot of winnable games on the schedule.
Because that Big Ten is rough.
Yeah.
And you write for IlliniInquirer.com. That's one of the places that people can find you.
Yeah, right there, covering recruiting, obviously with Karan. Cover that guy to Illinois football. Derek Piper does a heck of a job covering basketball, too.
Great. Well, Jeremy Warner joins us on the Tigers Media Network. You can listen to him on ESPN Radio 93.5 weekday mornings, 9 to 11. And, Jeremy, just thanks again so much for joining us on the program today.
Yeah, Joey, thanks for having me.
No problem.
Great thing you guys are doing.
Yeah. Joey Wright alongside Miller Calhoun. Jason Liggett is on our camera. And a big thanks to Jeremy Warner for swinging by at halftime. A great interview with him. Again, the Jeremy Warner Show. Weekday mornings, 9 to 11 on ESPN Radio 93.5. Now, Miller, the wind has just picked up in the last minute. It is, Hurricane Irma's making a swing through Urbana.
Surprise appearance in Urbana.
Oh, man.
No, but, I'm taking a little run-in-place jog here and get my blood flowing.
You thought you had it easy with those shorts. You thought you were going to miss the cold. And now you've
I'm not the only one that didn't see this wind coming.
It is just...
Even Jason here didn't see this wind coming. He's always all over the weather.
Jason knows everything. About set for the second half. Urbana down 58-0.
I like how you tried to mellow it out there.
Yeah, it's not been the game that Urbana wanted, but it'll be over soon. It's been the game Peoria wanted. Karan Taylor, man, what a game for him.
Yeah.
And the ball blew off the tee. We're about set to see Peoria kick it off to start the second half of action. And Urbana returns it to the 25. So with 11:45 and counting, we're in running clock conditions.
The scream.
Paw Pack is still about where they were when the game started.
They look a little cold.
This wind has caught everybody off guard.
See, I'm not the only one.
First down and 10 from the 27. And a whistle's blown.
False start.
11:05.
Oh, offsides. Correct. I said false start. In fact, it wasn't offside. Big weekend of football.
Big weekend of football indeed.
Saturday, got Clemson and Auburn.
Ohio State and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
NFL kicks off on Sunday for real. Obviously, Patriots-Chiefs was on Thursday, but
Got my Chiefs socks on.
That you do.
Skyline of
You are
the
just-
Kansas City skyline right here. The Chiefs colors in honor of Kansas City's win
I
yesterday.
didn't know Kansas City had a skyline. My uncle lives in Kansas City.
Does he?
Yeah, Uncle John.
And I hope he's a Chiefs and Royals fan.
He's actually not. He moved there from Washington, D.C., relocated a few years ago, a year or two ago. So, but he's born and raised in Springfield, so he doesn't have it out for the Midwest teams. I'm sure he'd root for him. I'm sure he's been to a Royals game or something. Maybe not a football
Great stadium down there.
game. Oh, I love Kauffman Stadium.
Great.
Fantastic.
One of my
fantastic
favorites.
facility. Lucky enough to get a chance to go down to Atlanta, SunTrust Park this summer. That's a cool park.
That's the newest one.
Newest one in the bigs, yeah.
Never been to Atlanta myself.
It's a nice town.
Here it's
It's got CNN and a nice aquarium. Coca-Cola is there.
Yeah.
Great tourist town.
yeah. It's also got the biggest airport in the world.
Yeah, I've flown out of there.
Well, I assume you would have if you. Well, you could have driven.
We drove on the vacation, but when I flew to Washington, D.C., when my uncle still lived there for his wedding, we flew out of Tulsa, your hometown, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then went up, went down to Atlanta and up to D.C. from there, and we repeated the
TOK.
process. Yeah.
Oh, how I don't miss TOK.
Always playing second fiddle to Oklahoma City in the state of Oklahoma.
I could pull a serious joke right now, but I'm gonna refrain.
God, it's probably best that you
Gonna
do.
pull an SNL. I was gonna recite an SNL joke.
Saturday Night Live can be funny, but can also be a little raunchy sometimes. So,
Well, this one wasn't raunchy.
well,
I would never do that.
right. You got some class.
Never
Well,
compromise the broadcast.
Classy Calhoun is what we should call you. But 9:15 left in the third quarter here. Third down and one. Urbana nearing the first down marker. It's Jake Meeker in the backfield.
See a pass right. You probably see a run. 3rd and 1. Nice run up the gut.
Lavoy Young to the 40.
Gets the job done right there.
Moves the chains. You think Urbana is going to score?
Tough to say. The way this is going, they better hurry up because, there's only 18 minutes left in the 20 minutes left in the game. Running clock. They're taking a lot of time.
Lavoy Young getting some carries here.
But it'd definitely be huge for their confidence if they scored. I know I already stated that earlier when they were about to score, but definitely would be. And they're starting to run the ball more effectively in the second half. It's a good sign.
Here's a handoff.
Getting
To
more holes,
Young,
more
yeah.
push. 3rd and 1 now.
Second time we've seen that this drive. Lavoy has gotten most of the carries tonight.
He has. He's a sophomore, very young. Again, like we don't have much senior. We have some senior leadership, but we don't have much. So it's good to get the young guys some experience. And first down.
7:26. Urbana gets another first down. And Meeker kind of fading away, finds Chico Lipscomb inside the 20-yard line.
Nice.
And it was fumbled by Chico. Peoria is going to take it the other way. Inside the, oh wow.
And Coach Walker is going bizarre right now.
To the 32-yard line. It looked like Chico was down. I don't think Chico fumbled the ball, but Peoria popped right up with it. And
Coach Walker was going crazy right there.
players down for the Tigers. I can't get a number on that.
That was a nice throw by Meeker. It was off balance, on the back foot.
And indeed, they are going to whistle Chico down. So Chico was down, just as I think everyone thought he was. I thought he was too, but there was no whistle.
Yeah,
there was
there
no
was no
whistle
whistle
when Peoria popped up with it.
Yeah, that was a nice catch by Chico. He was wide open, good route. Nice throw by Meeker, though. That was a great throw.
JoJo Alexander was the one who picked up what we thought was a fumble there, but
Meeker's proved himself tonight. He's had a couple of good drives. The 2 good drives that we've had tonight has been led by Meeker at quarterback.
well, what I like from Meeker tonight is, okay, so it was intercepted, and the Peoria player was down by contact. Okay, so JoJo Alexander was down by contact at the 14, not Chico. Okay, so that was.
I don't know if
That was not a fun sequence of events to try and follow, but
I don't know if it was quite. I don't know. Would they rule that an interception though? Because he had possession of it, and then the guy kind of ripped it out.
maybe simultaneous possession. I don't. Play that happened really fast.
I don't know. And you can't review it because
It would have had to be an interception. Sorry to cut you off, but it would have had to have been, wouldn't it? Because he wouldn't have had enough time to catch it and fumble it.
Yeah, but he had possession though, so therefore it's not an interception if he has possession of the ball.
I don't know how long did he have the ball. It's a blur in my mind now because I've thought about it.
I think he caught it, came down, like maybe on the way down after he caught it, the guy ripped it from him. But he didn't have it, like they both didn't catch it at the same time. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'd like to point out that Gabriel Hernandez is now in at quarterback. Karan Taylor is done for the night.
And a smart play from Peoria there.
Yeah. We're probably just going to stick to the run here and milk the clock.
And here goes Peoria. They're going to take it, and they're going to run inside the 45, nearly to the 50 to the 49 before the runner brought down by the Tigers. Ball on the 49. And rolling and throwing, nearly picked off. It's caught. The receiver. I should point out that Peoria had a few players on the internet that didn't have numbers. I assume they were the junior varsity players, but they've clearly suited up in some fashion. So.
Also, we noticed that multiple players on the roster had the same numbers.
Yeah, so I assume that some of them were JV players and that sort of thing. Tackle for a loss. First time we've seen that in a while from our defense.
Nice play by Rumsey from the safety position. Great tackle.
.240 to go. Dropped. That was a forward pass.
That was. Still was one of the biggest plays of the game in my view was the backwards pass back down by the 10-yard line, and Meach couldn't fall on it, and they recovered it at the 2, and I think that made it 22-0, and that was a big turning point in the game. There was one.
And no gain. Was Jeremy Rumsey on the tackle. Minute 35 left in this, the third quarter. Running clock conditions. I'm Joey Wright alongside Miller Calhoun. Jason Liggett on the camera.
Jason doing his best to stay warm.
I think you're doing your best to stay warm. Jason's
I'm
good to go.
I'm just chilling right here.
Proper clothing. This is going to be Urbana's ball at the 40-yard line now. That was fourth down.
Mr. Luffman, still very supportive out there.
Father of Jake and Luke. Luke Luffman, I feel like it's an obligatory remark that we have to make on these broadcasts, but he's committed to Russell at Illinois. 2 years. He's a junior right now.
Good friend of mine.
Definitely, yeah. Who isn't Luke a good friend of? I mean, he is just a great guy.
He is. I mean, everybody knows him. Everybody nice to everybody.
Oh yeah.
But I've had the pleasure of knowing him since first grade. And
right. To the outside, Dimitri Turner-Winston inside the 5, inside the end zone, touchdown Urbana. Michi brings the Tigers to the board. It's 58-6. And the crowd goes wild.
Power Pack was waiting for something.
Yeah.
Something to cheer about right there. Great run, but I'd like to see Meach use more in the offense. He's got lateral quickness. He's got vertical quickness. Good run right there. Get to the outside, burst of explosion down the sideline.
Yeah, that's what we need more of. Dimitri, he's a senior. Only a few games left on the team, but he can make a big impact down the stretch. And he's going to take it inside the end zone. The 2-point conversion. The Tigers bring it back to within 50. .8 seconds left in the third. Two great plays from Michi there. I mean, really, he can play. He can play at this level.
I mean, he was one of the key players going into the season and showed it right there. I'd like to see him utilized more in the offense. We haven't seen him much on offense, and he's a good skill player. Really is. Can do a lot of things. Can block, catch, run. Good skill player to have on your team.
Tiger fans continuing to applaud.
Now, if we could only get one more touchdown.
Yeah, it would set a season high. Yeah. What, the onside kick it here or what?
No.
No?
Not feeling it. Just gives them a better chance of scoring. If it was closer, like if it was 58-20, I'd say yeah. But 58-8,
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
So Urbana set to kick it off. And the kick, pretty good kick from Dalen, fielded at about the 15, and Peoria will be stopped at the 38-yard line. I'm proud of myself. I made a mistake on the spreadsheet. Karan Taylor's on here as Karan Hess. I only called him that at the top of the show.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd make that mistake a lot more.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
That's
just like when you said called Jalen
Jones.
Multiple times.
Multiple, yeah, I don't know why I was making that mistake. That wasn't even the first game of last year.
Jalen Jones with the touch. No, Joey.
Jalen
graduated last year.
That's still frustrating to go back and watch. Oh, man. Of course you've got to make me. I'll have nightmares again, man. Man.
Does that still haunt you to this day?
It does.
It's not a huge
honest mistake. They played the similar, same way, but
I mean, we have a lot of type of those guys that play the same way, and they all go to Carthage, except for Jalen.
Yeah.
Duluth.
Yeah, We're just about set for the last quarter of play here tonight.
Yeah.
Peoria picks up several on the play. I apologize. Like coordinating my ride home here.
It's all good, Joey.
Happens to the best of us, you know.
Thought you drove.
I did. Seeing if someone needed a ride.
Oh. How kind of you.
I'm a taxi service. Doesn't get paid for it.
You an Oobs?
You know, in college, I would like to be an Uber driver. I think that'd be a good way to make some money.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like to drive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Depending on, and you're in Bloomington, so.
yeah, good college town, good Uber.
Probably
town.
a need for it. I mean, if you were in. What the? Somebody
Players
kind of
were
ran in there.
continuing
At the
to-
end. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could. Then you might not get as many customers as you would, and say.
Well, I don't know. It's a college town.
Might get a lot of. A lot of under the influence.
Yeah, that's
people.
what I was saying. I didn't want to. I was thinking about how to say that too. The bar scene is pretty good there. So
You gonna expose yourself to that bar scene?
oh no, I don't roll like that. Almost picked off by the Tigers. They did a
That's what
pretty
they
good
all
job at
say.
jumping that. Oh. But no, I mean if you're out, enjoying a responsible beverage, as you should, part of that includes making arrangements for a ride home, be it a designated driver or an Uber or whatnot. What? It's true.
Is it? You're not wrong.
9:55 left.
Peoria's run a lot of toss plays tonight. They like that toss crack, toss it to the outside and just run up the field. And they've had success with it. They've had a lot of success with that tonight.
And a flag is down. .903 and counting. So that would, on the offsides for Urbana, what would have been a 4th and 5 is now a 4th and 1. Abram Washington has made his way back up to the press box. Crashed our picture with Jeremy Warner. Big play for the Tigers. Can their defense get a stop? 4th. Actually, they move the chains. It's 1st and 10, and a big pass down the field is intercepted. I believe that was Jeremy Rumsey. Let's see. It's not Jeremy Rumsey.
20?
Yeah. Tyja Winston.
Tyza.
Tyza on the
Tyja.
interception. Under 8 minutes to go in the game. Oh, and it's roughing the passer. This one's coming back.
No, it should stand because it would be after the play. No.
Peoria offense staying on the field, Miller.
Yeah, you're right. Are you warm? Yes, I am.
You're cold or warm?
Cold. I don't have any pants, they're all too short. I didn't want to get
And here we go. 1st and 10, a new set of downs for the Lions, and it's a high snap. They will recover it and go down several yards behind the line.
The good old Snapchat, Joey.
I'm not on Snapchat, Miller.
You are on Snapchat, Joey. You are on Snapchat.
Not on Snapchat.
Chatting with some
Easy.
very close friends of yours.
Sure. I was coordinating that ride home. And another fumble here. And down goes Peoria. Straight exposed. It's like last broadcast you did where you just coming at Marcus. Trying to
Just like I was ordering my groceries.
order your groceries. Schnucks has that app, don't they now? Where you can order your groceries from them and have them delivered?
No. Because I don't know. Might be a thing, but they don't have any way to get it to you.
They deliver them.
But they don't have it.
That's an interception for the Tigers, and it's a lateral that they are going to fall on. I'm not sure what that was, but the Tigers are going to come out of it with the football. Julian Welch recovered it.
Yeah, let's intercept it and give it right back.
Yeah, I don't know. Lateral was a bit of an ill-advised.
This isn't backyard football 08. I mean, come on, guys. But nice play, though. You know, we have a good our guys can catch on defense. They're good at catching the ball, intercepting. We had 4 interceptions last week.
Yeah.
So we had pretty much 2. I mean, that one didn't count, but I'd say I'd count it as 2 because, you know.
I said the Tigers are going to force some turnovers tonight, Miller.
You said force a turnover. You didn't say
Okay,
multiple.
that's fair enough. Come on.
But yes, you're right. You're right. They forced a turnover in every game so far.
This defense really is, they're a solid unit. And the cheerleaders continuing to cheer. The crowd has dwindled a bit, but still a good crowd tonight. Little reverse action for Chico. He's going to go to the left side, and he's going to get out of bounds.
Just can't get upfield. We've had, on those outside runs, guys have been forced to the sideline. There's nowhere to go. And a lot of tackles for loss for the Peoria Lions defense tonight.
So it's 2nd and 13. 4:20 left. Flag is down. This might be a false start. That's what it's likely going to be since it was whistled dead so early.
A lot of 2nd and longs for the Tigers tonight. A lot of penalties again. Haven't really turned the ball over.
No, they've been pretty clean in that regard, other than that one that they had at their own 3-yard line. As they don't get quite back to the original line, it's 3rd and long with 3.5 minutes to go in the game. So, Miller, you look ahead at the upcoming schedule for the Tigers. It's not easy. They go at Danville next week, at Peoria Notre Dame the week after. But then it lightens up a little bit. You've got Central, our homecoming game on the 30th, a very winnable game on the road at Lincoln on October 10th. Bloomington, whom we beat in 2014, October 13th, and Manual, a very winnable game, week 9. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities, as it was almost caught, that the Tigers could mount a run, perhaps, and maybe sneak into the playoffs. You look, the Central game, could be winnable. The Lincoln game could be winnable. The Manual game is definitely winnable.
How many wins do you need to make the playoffs?
I think it's 4, it's 5.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough stretch. They're going to have to beat either Peoria Notre Dame at Peoria Notre Dame, or they're going to have to beat
Danville
Bloomington.
Or Bloomington, yeah. So
I think Danville's a little bit out of reach for us, personally.
Danville's tricky.
Danville, and it's at Danville. Danville's going to be
And it's punted high into the night sky. Downed at the 41. Yep.
2 minutes to go.
We're under 2 minutes left in the game. You look at Peoria Notre Dame. Next week they go, or you look at Peoria. Next week they play Peoria Notre Dame. The week after Bloomington, both those games at home. They go on the road. They have Manual, a little cross-town rivalry action there, and Danville, and then Champaign Central week 7, and Galesburg week 8 back at their place.
Peoria's got a
Peoria's got a bit of a tough
schedule.
road. Yeah.
They've got an interesting schedule.
They're gonna be 2-1, or rather 1-2 after this game. Urbana 0-3. Peoria can probably, they can beat Bloomington, they can beat Manual, they can beat Central.
That's it. At Danville, that's going to be a tough game.
That'll be tough, but it'll be a good game.
I think Danville's got the potential to win Big 12 this year.
Who did Danville have tonight?
They had Peoria Manual tonight.
Oh, yeah, so they're 3-0.
They were winning 34-0 at halftime or something like that. So they'll be 3-0. They've beaten Peoria Manual, Central, and Kankakee.
Yeah, Kankakee's up north. That's a reasonable opponent. 40 seconds left. Another shout out to Jeremy Warner for joining us on the broadcast at halftime. And leveled is the Lions receiver, number 10, Jason Dawson.
Good tackle there by Tyza Winston again.
We're going to have one more play. I don't think we're going to have one more.
They're not going to.
Game's going to be over here, yeah. 4th and 2.
Yeah, they've turned the clock off, so it's over.
Yep, one more play is run. And
he's still up and he's down.
The horn has sounded. The ball game's over. Miller, final thoughts.
You know, Karan Taylor is really good.
That was proven tonight.
Gino Hess, really good.
Yeah.
Tigers learned tonight. They took a class on what D1 talent looks like and what it means to
compete,
win, and what good competition looks like, and they learned that tonight. And I think this can only be a step toward winning a football game this year. Good learning experience.
Certainly.
Pedestal.
Yep. So for our whole crew, Jason Liggett, your Miller Calhoun, I'm Joey Wright. Our next broadcast is September 21st. That's soccer against Normal West. The final score tonight, Peoria 58, Urbana 8. We thank you for joining us on the Tigers Media Network.